Okay, we're back. Jesus Christ. For some reason I was stupid enough to put a lollipop in my mouth when I have to talk. I don't really know what to do. BH. With a map right now, maybe I could try extending it. I haven't done any of the... I should pause the stream. I can only hear myself and I'm having like some kind of echo. I really don't know what to do with a map right now, except because again I should have done some homework with a little kind of sort of human town, village, city, abandoned thing here. I should have done some kind of homework, some kind of research. I did what Defi suggested. I bookmarked it, but I was going to do maybe some kind of 3D structure. I didn't. I don't know also what to do with these clearings. These areas. I don't know if I should put some kind of structure or some kind of biome or some kind of environmental kind of thing. And I wanted to put some structure. And again, probably I could find online a lot of things that I could embellish the map with, but again, I want for this to be more mine, you know? I'm probably never going to monetize this or anything. It's not like Ergo is ever gonna get necessarily any kind of views or anything, but I want it to be my own, this kind of thing. I don't want to use anything that's not, or that might turn out not to be like royalty free or whatever, in case at some point someone thinks I'm using their thing for profit or not for profit, but I attempted before trying to extend them up, and just like the easy way, the quick kind of cheat way of just doing it with content aware fill. It kind of worked. I don't need much more, really, of a map, but oh, the stupid little houses that I tried to do the other day. Second layer of... okay. I might try... save this as wide, and let's give it a try to expand this a little bit with some content-aware build kind of thing. For real this time. I made like a test in a lower resolution, but now I can try it like in full resolution to see if it makes some sense. I was kind of prepared for the gaming part of the stream to last longer, and I actually went and finished the game in like half an hour or less. So I wasn't really thinking of being like available here so soon. Little houses are a disgrace. I thought also of not remaking necessarily the map. I feel like this is one that Ergol made himself, and I feel like I could make another one that's like for Agatha's. Freaking tower. That could be slightly different, like to show like that there's different interpretations of this world, and that Ergol did his best, but there's like different options too. Okay, that kind of works. Content aware sometimes makes wonders, and sometimes it's really freaking weird. But it's a base. I can work with that. I can play with that. I feel like. Select. I'd like to do a new character already, but at the same time I kinda want to bring them up to some kind of level of completion as well. I haven't done a character in a long while. Well, I did all the 3D sculpting in the world that I was going to do for my daily challenge, and had my share of that. Here, there's some weird details here that aren't quite a full mountain or anything I might want to try to remove. God damn it, it still wants to make a weird line in there. Maybe I can clone proper mountain from somewhere. What? Please. Why do you want to put a line in there? Maybe I could put, if I clean up this area, I should put more trees in there. I don't know if this is gonna work. This is kind of biting into a tree. Okay. It did work. Content aware sometimes is so weird. Sometimes it knocks it out of the park and it seems almost like generative stuff, and sometimes it's just garbage. I'm not, not looking at the... I wasn't looking at chat, I had left Discord open. I don't know, how's the audio? I think I can I check? I'm playing again the same kind of generic music that I play for these things. Still a freaking problem, the music for gaming. Here you could try to, oh, well, you're not even trying. You could have tried to connect this with, this with this, for example. Can you try? No. You rather leave an empty space. Okay, at least it did to that one. This is not necessarily what I had in mind. I thought if I expand it, I would make like a desert or something, like an entirely different biome. And I might try. I do like the idea of this mountains here. I should put more trees in here. That's a weird malformed tree. This tree is kind of on top of... This line should go, but it's probably not going to clean it up. Okay, it did, but now it fucked up the trees. Okay, you cleaned some garbo, but you generated some new garbo. Weird little line here. It's really weird. This smudgy thing here is weird. This line here going nowhere really bothers me. But I don't know if we'll be able to clean it. Okay. There's this much here that I don't like. Can I really select around these trees? And there's like a very sharp line here too that I don't like. Okay, that's not great, but I might have to add some trees either way, so There's like a weird transition in this vertical area. Also, the river kind of disappears here. Very weird. Maybe I can make it come from this mountain or something. I wish I could clean this out, but yeah, it's probably too much to ask. Wasn't terrible, but keeps insisting and keeping some kind of tree here. Maybe I can just clone brush this away. I shouldn't expect for content aware fill to make a miraculous cleanup of this, because it keeps insisting on inserting something. Where did the freaking wig go? This is very much of a weird stitch, but how can I... Maybe I should just... I like that the trees are kind of clean here, but this area itself is kind of weird. This here is very strange. Could have isolated or included these trees. That better? I don't even know anymore. Why did I leave such a sharp edge? Content aware should be cleaner, right? You would think. This line here doesn't really go anywhere, but it could kind of work as a feature of a mountain, but I haven't done it anywhere else, so it does look weird. It does look like a weird, like a bad cloning job or something. Ooh. I don't know if I should try to remove this completely. Line. This is very weird, especially this here. It's like the bottom of a tree. Presumably. Again, I probably should have done it wide to begin with, but it's not what I wanted, it's not what I was going for. Well, I didn't. But maybe I should have. I'm gonna put trees in here if I try to fix you. The form trees. I might as well insert my own trees manually. Here, this bit of river doesn't really work or make sense. Okay, that's not very clean. Not much better. And I might have to come back here to insert some trees manually. I might use the clone brush. I feel like the mixer brush should have made things easier, but some things it kind of made worse, or I don't know how to stamp things in a way that looks a bit more organic and not so repetitive and uniform. Okay, here we could leave part of this. It's already kind of working. Maybe a little bit of a part of his coast and this, but this we should try to fill. Okay. That ended up adding kind of a river here and in the wrong places, but it kept the kind of path here, this kind of road, this kind of thing. Maybe up here, or I don't know if here or beyond the mountains we should have. I wanted to have like a bit of a desert. That Ergol isn't even gonna go there, I think, but I don't even know what the shadows are. That's a bit of a problem. Not a problem, but the river being here. Doesn't make a lot of sense, especially being the exact same clone segment of another part of a river. In a way that's more recognizable. The trees, the clusters of trees are not that big a problem. It really wants to keep the river. What did you even do? You moved it a little bit. Probably this exact same shape down there. Probably shouldn't do it with a heel brush, but maybe here. The problem is that there's a body of water here, but I could have done maybe. If I'm gonna put like a desert somewhere, it could be here. I have a fucking lollipop in my mouth. Why am I eating a lollipop when I need to talk? I kind of want to finish the map already. But yeah, I don't have any sources for like the human village or anything. Okay, let's do lasso. Since we have this section, let's do this first. Don't put fucking trees. Stop with the trees. But you patch this area with something more like, maybe because it's touching here. Why the freaking trees? Oh, I moved it 1 pixel. Ah, you bastard, you keep wanting to do trees. Gotten really cold again. Got some nicer days. No, it's very cold again. I'm checking Discord for some reason. Maybe I should just select the whole area. Yeah, for whatever reason and however content aware fields still works, just trying to add more trees here. Don't really know what to do with the map. Yesterday or sometime this week, I had the idea of switching the order of the Urgle episodes. I was going to tell the story of the spell with Astrid first. And then the second part, he was going to get like a new friend. This weird creature that seemed like it came from some other world. I don't have much of a story for that. I don't have much of a story for the first episode either. I mean, it's just the whole spell thing. But I think that I could establish some things better telling that story first. of Ergo finding this weird alien guy, not alien, but this weird magic creature that doesn't really match the creatures of this world. Maybe kind of establish that and present the whole world and some of the characters. And only then go back and tell the story of the spell with Agatha, with Astrid, and only then do like the third and final one when it is revealed what this magical creature is and where it comes from. I really want to do this one that I was working on, the one with the spell, the one with Astrid. I don't want to suddenly mix up the whole thing. But I feel like it would make more sense and it would help me. The problem is that I really don't have much of a story for the second part. It's only the excuse of introducing this new kind of creature and little else. To kind of set up the third part, which would make sense in that I'd like it more if part 1 set up part 3 and part 2 was the thing with the spell. But I don't know. I don't want to suddenly kick the board and do anything as radical as swapping the order of the story that I intended to tell. If I had a better idea, if I had an actual idea, more well-shaped idea for part 2, for that story, I think I would swap the order. Until part 2 first. And really introduce the world and the characters with that one instead of this, because I really have a lot to do with this one. Maybe I could get rid of this body of water here and really put the desert in here. What? Not transform, no. Okay, that's not so terrible. I like the idea of a wide map of a broad kind of thing. Here, they're so weird. Here still. I have so much to do. I feel like I don't have time to waste in this, unless I make like real progress, and I don't feel like I'm making it. I wish you tried to unify this area a little bit more without trying to insert weird shit. Is that too much to ask for? Maybe I should just try to paint some thingies instead of hoping for content aware Phil to complete everything for me. Should have saved. What is this now? That's fur. This is whatever. If it was more spread, more spaced. It's not quite that thing. What freaking... I have such a mess of brushes, and a lot of them I don't need, I don't like, they're not really what I want. Okay, that's weird color dynamics. Problem that there's not a lot of precision, and I'm going to overpaint what's underneath. I really need to make this area look less weird. I probably should, as I said, add a few more trees here. Here and in a lot of places too. Kind of bridge. This weird thing, there's a weird squiggly line here that's kind of disconnected from the actual mountain. Probably try to remove it. And this odd little hill here. I mean, Content Aware Phil has done a pretty good job expanding this, but it also ends up generating some garbo that not what I want. That's gonna look weird, this line that goes nowhere. I've been streaming more, and I feel like I've been watching Twitch less. Kinda sucks, because I feel like I haven't been watching people that I like to watch and people who are also supportive. Like I expect for people to watch me, but I don't watch anyone else. I don't expect necessarily for people to watch me. It's been an absolute privilege to have the viewers that I have when I have them, but here I'm gonna have to heal some trees, yeah. There's a lot of weird crap in here. Partial. Sort of canopies that don't really go anywhere and are kind of unfinished. This just a tiny cluster of trees here. But this I probably put on my own, they were just on the edge here of the map. I wanted to put, since this land has a kind of history of magic, probably it has kind of around or near the towers, it has other areas that are like magic related, so I thought I could put like some kind of temple or some kind of obelisk or some kind of something somewhere, but probably I could do that with some of these weird clearings that don't have anything right now. I might not use that in this one story or the next one necessarily, but it's something that, for the sake of a soft world building, could be useful. I'd like to, again, I have this idea for this main Marigold stories, but I'd like to make some other stuff too, probably at some point, even with Urgel himself, like a kind of, this is not necessarily it's certainly not the beginning of his life, the first story that I would tell. I don't necessarily want to make prequels, but I would like to do something. Whenever I have an idea, I would like to be able to revisit this world and these characters, and I can always, I feel like, I can always tell shorter little stories set in this world and with these characters that would add to the larger thing. At the same time, I don't want to spend the rest of my life doing Urgel. If I could establish this kind of method of quote-unquote production, I would like to apply it and do other things and other kind of stories, and I would like to make like fun fiction-y kind of things. Too much of those, but if I could get it to work. The problem is that I waste so much time. I'd have to focus so much and that kind of thing to have like a steady output of all that I would like to do. With Urgel alone, I'm already making very little progress. I conceived the whole thing like 2 years ago, and I only started doing things last year, and I'm barely continuing this year. I wish I could do it so much faster. I could just have this kind of machinery running and making a lot of content. Again, not so much for the speed itself, but for the fact of just being able to put out more stuff. I'm barely being able to scratch that itch of trying to tell these stories. Like the Vampire Milius character, I created literally in, I think it's like 25 years old now. And I've done nothing really with it, but again, what the hell could I have done? I mean, I cannot do live action, I couldn't have done animation, even with the method that I'm gonna do Urgel. it would be tricky. It's a lot of characters. It's a lot of voices that I would need. It's a lot of. I should have written it. That I should have done, and I haven't. I feel so weird about writing. It's similar to how I feel about drawing. At least writing, I feel like it's something that I can attempt. Drawing is kind of pointless for me because I cannot. But writing is something that I should have done all this time. Like a skill that I barely have, but that I should have honed. And all this time I should have tried. I should have done more. I should have at least developed a few ideas that I have and that I want to be the foundation for whatever I do in the future. Even the future, but kind of now already. But I never thought, again, it's been so weirdly important and so much of a game changer to be able to do the things that I did for my City Phil Jameson videos. That's how I discovered I could try to tell some short stories with the very limited means that I have, very limited knowledge and very limited skills that I have, very old software that I have, the very old computers that I have. And now it's that time of the year again, and I don't have to do, but I want to do, and it's time to do this year's Phil video. That is actually last year's Phil video that last year I couldn't finish. And I should start working on it already. So freaking hard. I worked so much, I already have so much done. But there's still so much left to do, and they're still trying to assemble it and trying to make it make sense and be marginally funny and whatever. And I don't know what the hell is it that I do, but all that I feel all the time is that I don't have time. I have no time for anything. I don't know what exactly am I doing with my time. One of the things lately is I've been sleeping so horribly. I'm tired all the time because I slept well like yesterday. No, the day before. But last night I went back to having a horrible night again. And that doesn't help. I need to be a little better rested and weird straight line here. Unbelievable where this week went. I say it a lot, but this week I had a few specific things to say to do that really drained my energy in a way that kind of thing does, and at least a couple important things that needed to be done were done. I went to the bank on Tuesday. I did Yesterday I went, yesterday or Wednesday? Wednesday I went to a notary for a thing that we had to fix with some freaking paperwork, and it turns out that it was all a mistake she had made. And she was all nice about how she was going to charge us any extra. Bitch, it's a mistake you made. You're gonna charge us for your mistake? For undoing your mistake? Having to have more sessions with you just because you fucked up? And she was acting like she was doing us a favor, but not by not charging more. So that was done, but I feel like 2 full days went in that. We're all about that. Me, the bank thing, and on Tuesday, and the notary on Wednesday. And that already drained like my internal battery. And I don't know what I'm doing here. I feel like that already kind of consumed like half my week somehow. My battery is so limited, and that's a bad side of streaming. I feel like it can drain my battery too. While I'm streaming in my spare time, and I'm getting some stuff done, especially when I do Ergol stuff. But it still feels like it leaves me without any extra energy to do anything else on the day. So weird. I'm not really making any progress. Progress. Why can't I say progress with a sharper R? Progress. Progress. Not that sharp. I'm happy with the freaking Discord. I don't know if I'm going to individually send some people some invites. I don't know if that would be well received. Because I feel like people don't really join if they see there's like 2 members. They click on an invite and the invite tells you how many members are there and how many are online at that time, and sometimes you see it's 3 people and you say, I'm not joining this. So to get it started, I feel like I could invite some friends, but at the same time I don't want for anyone to feel like they have to or do us a favor or something. And it's like the one thing that I cannot really advertise anywhere. I can talk about maybe the stream, but nothing else. It's weird to promote your own Discord elsewhere, I guess. What? You didn't... Oh. You do anything? I haven't even looked for any movies to watch over the weekend. We try to watch some movies, some shows. We've been watching episodes of Father Brown for a while. We're like in the 4th season, so I have that. We've been watching some old episodes of the original Twilight Zone, some episodes of the Del Toro Cabinet of what happened? Oh, okay. Cabinet of curiosities. I regret some of those because it's not the kind of thing that my mom would necessarily enjoy, but especially the gory over the top ones. I like the more Twilight Sony ones. I like it. I would very much like to have something like that again if I had to have like a canvas or like a setting and like a thing for storytelling and for if I could put out things like Ergol, or not like Ergol, but in different tones, in different, some more horror oriented, some more fantasy or sci-fi oriented. I would like to have like my own sort of anthology series, as it were. Sounds very pretentious, but you know. And I have several ideas, but not quite the right one so far. I had an idea again. I had a similar idea for like I wanted to make all the way back in DeviantArt. I wanted to make like some kind of collection of fantasy creatures and to make my own designs and whatever. But and I had made up a professor something. I don't even remember right now what it was going to be called or what, but I had this idea of this professor that had before there was like Newt Scamander and the fantastic creatures and all of that. It would have ended up being something like that, but before that was even a thing, I had this idea for this kind of professor that would roam whatever fantasy, either this Earth or some other fantasy land, not collecting the creatures themselves, but really studying them, cataloging them. And I was going to make like a precisely that, just his sort of compilation of creatures, and I was going to design them and sculpt them myself. It was kind of to be the excuse to have like this bestiary of my own, but I wanted to give it like a kind of a narrative to contain it, so I had come up with this professor. But that was just for the sake of making some original creature designs and again give it like some kind of frame of reference, some kind of lore, or a bit of a reason to be. But I never did it. But now I feel like I could recycle it in a way and bring it into make it an actual narrative thing, make it an actual story. And that this professor, instead of just collecting or documenting these creatures, could narrate stories that he has collected in his adventures, his travels. I would like something like that, but again, everything's like very ambitious, and I have to do something else first. I have to do Ergo, I have to do one thing or another. Nothing has quite happened yet. It's not like I can pretend I can do things like this. I wish I... Oh. I wish I really could. Things take forever. At least with Ergol I'm finally doing some stuff. I'm the type that has spent years waiting for perfect balance and for the planets to align, and instead of trying to do something already. But again, it was very limited what I could have done, really. I cannot do anything in live action. It's expensive, it takes a village. And animation as such, it was never either, even 3D, considering I make some 3D stuff, was kind of an unreachable thing. It's been a very slow process, very long journey. This exact thing here has been cloned identically, and this little ism here. Maybe I should try to change it. Notification that keeps bothering me. Okay. This ism here. Try to delete it. Okay. It's not very clean, but it's better than copying that exact same thing from across the pond. Okay, I kinda need a bathroom break, but I tend to not take those. Even when I'm not streaming, I go on for hours, and I feel like if I interrupt what I'm doing, I'm not going to be able to pick it up again. This here is pretty weird. This angle is very strange. That's a problem with the trees, they're gonna screw up everything. I'm gonna go to the bathroom for a second and be right back. Where's the standby thing? Okay, wrong scene. Back. I think. Oop, am I? Testing, testing. Oh. Okay. Here we are. I have like another hour. And I don't know what can we do in that time, but what happens if I just remove this or try to. Okay. I don't hate that. I think it's better than copying this entire area kind of the way it was, but here the streets are kind of weird. Maybe we can remove them too? I had a dream someone stole my dog. So freaking weird. I don't even know where that came from. She was really upset when I left the other day for the, especially when I left in the afternoon for the notary. Like she never misses me or anything. I guess I never give her much of a chance because I never go anywhere, but really upset that I was gone. Very funny. He was so happy I was back. Like, where am I gonna go? But really, I feel like it had been a while since I have been anywhere. I mean, sometimes I go to a supermarket around the corner. Not much more than that. And never so late. I was supposed to. I had an appointment for the morning. She changed it for the afternoon because in the morning she does a lot of paperwork, goes to courts and this and that. And she changed it for the afternoon. She had us there for hours because only when we got there she started doing the new papers that she had to fix, that we had to sign, because the old ones were wrong because of her, because she filled them in incorrectly. So I came back kind of late. I guess that's what I was going to say, and just trailed off. This doesn't look clean here with this guy's individuals. Can you make a better line for this? This coast is like a weird kind of... Why are you doing that? Better, more or less. Is anyone streaming? Any friend, anyone that we know? I follow so many people here on Twitch that I never really watch. A lot of people I don't even remember following. Oh, Dizzy is streaming. I could go lurk. Enter stream. I wasn't even sure if I was going to do the art part today. I thought the Lost World was going to take more to finish. I thought I had at least a couple more levels and they were all going to be finishing. As this whole game has been. I don't know what I'm gonna play next. I was thinking of the Telltale being like the most different one that I could play. But also I should have to change my entire... I should install it in this computer that's so freaking full. It's been malfunctioning because it's super full. I can't allocate anything for anything anymore. Probably that's why the Crush House demo crushed. And all of that. So I don't know about that, but I was kind of looking forward to that. It's really what I wanted the most. But I don't know if it's doable. The area bothering me. Not better, only marginally. Only margarine. People didn't love the Telltale game, and it does feel fan fiction. It does feel like someone who doesn't understand Jurassic Park tried to make a sequel. It has its moments, and it's a game that I have played and that I can play again. That I'm kind of looking forward to playing again. I haven't played in this century. But again, there's that problem. I don't know if it's even gonna run. I mean, it should. I think I played in this computer before. Where else? Might have played in my previous laptop. I think I played it here. I think it is playable. I would like to visit the actual original Jurassic, the original Genesis, but that one is so freaking hard. That is absolutely hard. I think even with save states and saves coming like crazy, might be unplayable. it's that hard, it's that weird. You get spat on by Dilophosaurus all the time. There's actual fall damage in that game, so that's one of the worst things. You tend to just fall off the map completely. Fall off the level. That happens again and again. That's why they removed fall damage for the Rampage edition, and you can just fall all you want and nothing happens. It's insanely hard in that first game. It's one of the worst things that you just fall off the map if you make a jump that you shouldn't even try to make. So cold suddenly. Well, again, it has gotten colder, and I wish I could reduce. I still want to have forest here, because that's Ergol's treehouse is here. I removed it from this view, but I have to redo this probably. Render clouds, render difference clouds, inverted. This is just some kind of added texture for things to be less flat. It's very completely flat if I don't add that, but if I add just a little bit of this, I don't know if the reds here are a bit too saturated. In general, I'm going to desaturate most things. Or a bit too much. Oh boy. Again, what the hell to do here? There's supposed to be an abandoned kind of human settlement. What's happening to the dog? Can I have... I already tried. Yeah, it looks like shit. Having a stroke here. Looks dreadful. I'm probably going to redo the actual tree here, but I'd like to maybe go back to the bigger map, to the full map, and try to try to reopen this part. Or some part of river, and try to see if that works. Okay. Copy this and take it to the wide one to see if I can extend it here a little bit somewhere. just a little bit. Make it like come out of this mountain or something. Why did I bring the entire thing? Okay, I don't need this. Probably don't need this. What part of this is this exact part? I don't want it to look like directly copied from here, but I can maybe use that bit and rotate. I don't know. Not necessarily this part, but something like this. Where are we? Let's put it all the way here. The actual matching the layer that we need to make it match. What the hell else did I bring with this? Is there anything? No. No. Oh. Okay. Okay, now finally. This freaking trees kind of in the way. Can I? I rotate it like this and make it not better, but well, I can make it go behind the trees here. There is a very straight, weird stitch in here that I had either not seen or I must have seen it. I haven't even been able to watch any shows or movies or anything. Not that I get a lot of time for that, ever. This week in particular, I haven't even been able to catch up with the dumb YouTube shit that I watch. I don't know where this week went. Again, just this couple of things that I had to do, I feel like they consumed the entire week. Somehow. Anywho. Where? Okay. I can maybe... What? That better? If I made it look like... comes from there somewhere, but it looks weird here, like sticking out, like it's avoiding, like it's literally avoiding that tree. I don't know if I can bend it with liquify. At least soften that stupid angle, that's kind of weird. Again, I should place new trees in this expanded part. Shouldn't be as bad as this. This tree is way too close here. But to make the river like kind of come out of somewhere. I should put some stuff here covering that. I thought before of making the mountaintops a bit more snowy looking. It'd make more sense to make it look like, especially these, or some of these, are sort of defrosting and forming the river. Not all the mountains have to be snowy. It could be a good way to make some of these look different to the rest. I don't know. It's crazy how the whole month is gone almost. Like a week left, and I haven't done much with freaking Jurassic Joan. I feel like I was going to play more. It's a good thing in a way, I guess, because it leaves more for next year, assuming I might want to do it next year. Assuming I'll be streaming still next year, but I feel like at some point if I get the art thing going, and if I get Ergol done, and if I try to pursue something else, the art streams and the might take over, and the gaming might kind of disappear for a while. But I don't know, it's just a theory. I feel like I spend a long time in things that, or again, it's not even time, it is time, but I feel like when I complain about time, more about energy. And again, what I was saying about my very limited battery, I feel like some very specific things kind of depleted, and I don't have time for my own things. And at some point I'm gonna have to prioritize things differently. But at the same time, I don't want to burn any bridges or anything, of course. There are things and people that have got me where I am. I wouldn't be doing anything by just mindlessly watching YouTube shit, not even Twitch, all the time if I wasn't doing my own thing now. I feel like I spend so much time and energy in things that aren't as rewarding anymore. I don't ever want to be the kind of idiot that feels like self-important and kind of underappreciated. I don't feel like that, but it's like this fan pages that I run, I feel like they're doing nothing for me anymore. I cannot really do the content that I wish I could do. Everything that I tried got copyright strike, because obviously it's stuff around the singer, so I can't really use their music. I can only tiptoe around it so much. I don't know if there's like a thing against me. Similar fan pages of the same artist post the most asinine shit and get hundreds of likes and shit. I post actual information, actual stuff, something more real, more complete, more of a actual contribution instead of just googling up some image and posting it. And I even get like the weird thing that happened the other day, some people telling me that was not her, that had never happened. I do so much work, I put so many hours to that. And that fan base has always been kind of shit. I never did it for anybody else and myself, really. As a fan base, they even attack her, the actual artist. Especially now she's going through a rough situation, and they are only adding to the speculation and the bullshit instead of supporting her. And that's also kind of reopening my eyes to the reality of what piece of shit this fan base is, and how I don't want to waste time or energy in that anymore. I don't want to leave it completely. It's been a source of good things, for most part, but I don't know, I'm kind of jaded by now too. This would be so much better if I had like pressure sensitivity or something, but I don't have it because I don't have a tablet. I do have a tablet, but it's no big deal. It's practically a toy that doesn't really do anything. It feels like a glorified mouse. It doesn't feel different to a mouse, so I might as well use a fucking mouse. Here the freaking what? Oh. Where am I? Oh, I'm here. This is in this freaking. Why is this not work? Oh. Oh, okay. How do I do this? That was not better, but I want to change the brush that I'm using. Here I'm in this layer. Trees are kind of floating, but I don't feel like... Especially now, I no longer have a layer where I can do like some kind of shadows underneath them. This is kind of tedious. A lot of these can be. I can be. Kind of hungry. I didn't have a great lunch. TBH, I made like just some mashed potatoes and mashed kind of pumpkin and a soup. Cause I haven't been feeling great from my stomach, so I didn't want anything heavy. The other option that I had was some pasta or some, I don't know. I haven't even gone to the supermarket in a while, so I just have some basics. And I just made that. This mashed potatoes and the soup, and now I'm kind of hungry, I guess. I don't know if I want to make all the mountains just snowy. Or just these kind of to the west. Or maybe the closer one to the tower. I don't know. And these are closer here to this forest, and this here maybe shouldn't be. This one's in the corner, maybe like a gradual thing. Are more snowy. They're all kind of white here. It's kind of, I feel like I sort of implied that they were snowy, but I haven't done my Duolingo today. I have to remember. How they hook you with a freaking streak thing. I'm not even paying for it, it's just a free thing, but it's still the more reason to kind of keep it too. I'd like to print this. Wish I could print it like in full color and make it like a nice thing. Have like nicely printed, not just some thing that's going to fade in no time and look like shit. These are kind of dark again, maybe I can... I'm not sure where the limit should be. Where the snowy ones should start or end, but... This kind of dark corner maybe could be water. And some central here could have snow, and maybe the perimeter ones not so much, because they're kind of touching the forest. Well, doesn't mean anything. It could be a snowy forest, but I'm so worried about the backgrounds. I still don't know what I'm gonna do about them. How am I gonna do them? At some point I had the idea of photoshopping together like a combination of my own photos, maybe stock photography, but that's a problem again. I have to be very careful with what I can use, what is really a Creative Commons Zero and stuff like that. I don't want for anyone to ever come telling me, oh, you used this copyrighted thing of mine in your thing. Even if I'm not monetizing it. Even if it's never gonna make money. It's like a thing that I'm worried about, and this is why I'm doing this with my own assets, my own brushes, mostly my own everything. Like, it would have been the easy way out would have been. I even found this website where you can make your fantasy maps for like D&D or stuff like that. They're very customizable, but it's done very much using their assets. I didn't want to use again anybody else's thing. I wanted it to be mine. I see some weird things in through the corner of my eye. I don't know what's happening on Twitch. Not in my chat. But seeing like alerts and shit. What is the actual time? Okay, I still have like 40 more minutes, in which I have no idea what the hell am I gonna do. Okay, maybe I could put snow in the rest of these maybe, and not so much, or maybe a couple here, not so much the ones around or here near the tower. I never know if Fridays are good. We've had some great Friday streams and we've had some dreadful ones. Same with Saturdays. I feel like it's very hit or miss. Sometimes people have nothing better to do, nothing better to watch, and sometimes they do. But I feel like Saturdays, Fridays can be special for that kind of thing. And I don't know if I should do these as well. The eraser. Change to the brush, damn it. I wish this came out nice, and I wish I could really use it. Well, I'm gonna use it regardless, but smaller one should have viewers, less snow. This is a weird pointy thing. Could have a lot of snow maybe in this abrupt part and not so much in the rest. I don't know about this one. This is kind of looks weird here, being a rogue one without. Snow. These are kind of. These are kind of dark. I don't know if it. I wanted to have a bigger mountain somewhere or a volcano or something, but it I don't know. I wanted to have like a very normal area here, kind of beautiful but nothing extraordinary. Kind of like the fantastic sort of magic animals that we have. They are very normal animals. They're not weird dragons or anything. They're just quite ordinary animals, except they're giant and they talk and they have crystals in their backs. But I don't know if that should have. No, probably no. This 3 here, kind of a weird transition. The rest here I didn't want to. Maybe here as the last part. And here there's kind of a transition of a slightly warmer area. Just the exact same kind of mountains, just not so cold. Question mark. Again, these could also be but I guess they are kind of part of the cold ones. These also are kind of butter in a way. I wanted to put, I don't know if I want to draw like little dunes here to suggest like this, there's like a desert here. Yes, this is the layer that I'm looking for. Maybe this same brush, but with a kind of yellowish color. Obviously not this super saturated yellow, a bit more orange, but a bit more light as well. Not as saturated, not as bright. I'm gonna delete here the parts that sort of overlap with trees, but Okay, not that one. This one? That's too scattered. Can we get it together a little bit? That was. Am I still with the eraser? Yeah, let's go back to the normal eraser. Fuck. Not the shape, give me the fucking brush. Why am I doing this? Zoomed all the way out. Happened. Am I still alive? There's a weird flashing thing on the screen. Maybe it's just me seeing things through the corner of my eye. I don't know exactly. I had some idea that I wanted to apply to the deep ocean part and make like a little waves, but I thought it was going to look stupid. But now I can do something similar to make a few like dunes in here. I'm not sure how. Maybe I can make them in, like I did the mountains. I have to remake this giant tree, but it's kind of a placeholder. I have to make an entire village here, but I don't really know how. And I have to make some. I'd like to make again some little weird like magic monuments here and there, especially in these clearings. Like, not necessarily a Stonehenge, but kind of like a Stonehenge, or kind of like an obelisk here and there, kind of like, not necessarily a temple, but something like that. Maybe something among the mountains in one of these valleys as well, too. How do I make dunes is the question. Without just being like a squiggly line. Oh, I guess kind of the idea to make some kind of squiggly line, but what did I do that with? Where's the frigging thing? Is it one of these guys? I never forget. I never remember. It's open canvas. Picking up open canvas, I don't remember what it is at all. No, not open, create, damn it. Can we what's the filler? No, some kind of brush. More stabilized, more. I don't want to necessarily make just a squiggly line, but really, what else am I gonna do? Because the mountains are already kind of very like this. I kind of make like very abrupt dunes. I have to make like very soft. It looks like a bud. But you know, make them. I should make something like in threes. The reference that I'm looking at is more like the kind of thing that with a profile and a shaded side, but I should make them really flat because I already have like mountains that are not too steep. I should make something like that's horseshit. What? It's a very small area anyway. It's just to sort of suggest that there's there's a desert going in that direction, but I wish I could squeeze this forest a little bit more and have more of a thing. Anyway, we're not even going there. Ergol's gonna pretty much do this from here to this tower, maybe here to the ruins, maybe back to the mountains, the river, and to this tower, and then back out here to end up here. She's not even gonna go anywhere here. He's not gonna go to the mountains. He's certainly not gonna go to the desert. I should check the reference again. I like that, but again, they're kind of pointy. What I'm looking at in reference. Okay, that's a bit too. Maybe if I could take something like this and kind of apply it here in a much smaller way. Maybe make it flatter. Maybe make it. Make it what? Would be great if I knew what I was doing. What are we barking about? Let's freaking. Oh, should pick up the same color that I did this kind of outline with here, or maybe the outline of the mountains. Could I pick that? It's not very even, it's not very uniform, but probably it should be darker. Something like that, but smaller. Maybe with some little shading. And I give it like a... Okay, I kind of like the shape. Let's paste it here in the palette layer and hide it again in case I want to. What if I gave it some kind of shading here? Nothing too dark, but for the sake of really adding a bit of a profile to thing. What have we here? Okay, this. Why am I so freaking confused by... Ay, ay, ay. Okay, something like this. No, the other way around. Well, obviously I don't need any of this to be shaded. Oh, crap. Is this part in this direction or this direction? Something like that. Something pretty subtle. We now do this. How do I remove that frigging grid? I didn't want that. Okay, now let's copy this, remove that again, go back to these layers. What's in this one again? Is there anything in this one? Okay. Remove it again. Oh, let's put my layer management is terrible. Well, really time flies even when I don't know what I'm doing. I have like just 15 more minutes to stream today. I should be back on tomorrow, actually. Saturday. All these tunes. Does that even work? Does that even contribute anything? Because I feel like, well, should they be smaller? Because the mountains are like, huh. I don't know. Meh. Maybe it could be darker. Not much darker. Or, no. Probably the layer underneath I can improve a little bit. Maybe it could be darker. Maybe this. What? What did I press? No. There we go. This scattering is too much. Maybe play this here in a bit more even, bit more uniform way. These edges of the desert, I don't want them to be so completely patchy. I don't want them to be super uniform either. This here looks a bit too contrasty. I don't know really if this part should be desert. Working is not matching. Again, I don't want for the edge to be super defined. Who's? Hey, how are you? Hey, happy Friday to you too. I'm about to finish, kind of. Thank you. I've never done anything quite like this, and I'm trying to do this sort of fantasy map. Oh, nice. Do you stream today, later? Or Fridays isn't really your thing? Tomorrow, okay. Fridays are kind of weird, right? I feel like I sometimes I have like a great I've had some great Friday streams, and sometimes I'm just talking to myself. So Fridays are kind of hit or miss. Sometimes people have things to do and sometimes they don't. But I guess it's not in general it's probably not a great day to stream. Right. Yeah, I guess you get to talk all to like different people all the time with that. Here I just have some regulars sometimes. But I used to have some more viewers that, or even other artists that would raid me and watch me and stuff like that, but I kind of disconnected from them when I stopped streaming like for 2 full months. What am I doing? Here, this. Well, I've been thinking about making some Duolingo streams too. I always forget. I haven't done my Duolingo today, so I could have done it on stream. But I have like 10 more minutes for today, so probably not. Right, yeah. I should come up with more stuff like that too, that's like its own thing. And yeah, I keep forgetting. I had the idea of doing Duolingo streams too, or maybe the first part of the stream, at least the daily quest and stuff like that. So I have to do it anyway. I was kind of lurking on your stream last night, and sometimes for some reason I don't even say hello, and I should have said something. But I've been lurking. Was it last night? Why does this look so weirdly smoky here? Touch of light in that side of the dunes. Well, I should add some more text here and there. Well, this is kind of a placeholder anyway. I don't even know if I'm gonna come up with my own alphabet or something, but this I can move over here now in this sort of expanded version of the map. Well, that's cool if it's being your thing. Today I was so kind of uninspired, and sometimes lately I don't feel like, I don't necessarily don't feel like streaming, but I don't feel like playing what I was playing or doing this art part either. I've been a little bit blocked. I should add more trees here in these valleys, or maybe I should add like some kind of structures. It shouldn't be just the towers. But that's going to have to be another day, because I'm running out of time for today. I don't know if this should be snowy too. Okay, no, that doesn't look better. Thank you. I have no idea what I'm doing, and I'm just kind of trying. And I know there are like assets that I could have downloaded, or entire websites that make like where people make their D&D maps and stuff like that, but I wanted to make it my own. Just in case. I don't think I'm doing it for something that is probably never gonna necessarily have views, or certainly it's not gonna make money, but I don't even want to use anybody else's assets that might be copyrighted or something in something. That I want to be more like entirely my own. This I can lower a little bit. But that makes it harder because I really don't know what I'm doing. And I've never quite done something like this. Maybe I can... Which one is this? Put something in there, like... Yeah, probably would be good for inspiration or something. Did I not clean this up here? Oh. Anywho. I should... Oh, this is a bit too intense. No, what happened? 33 maybe. Not this one, this... Okay. Can I make this a little bit thicker, cause it's not... Maybe like that. I don't know. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this. Text in this is all too completely black. It shouldn't be black, it should be more like a brownish, like everything else. Is that gonna work? Or can I... Do I have to change them individually, or that can work? I'm gonna take a screenshot of this. And I like that. Let's take a screenshot and a bit of a close-up of some other areas here. The snowy mountains. This snow is kind of new. Finish up that, and this sort of dunes that I put in here. Oops. For the progress thing. And I guess that's all the time that I have for today. I should be back tomorrow. At least tomorrow I can stream. But again, I never know if Saturdays are like a good idea or not. But I guess there's not that many days left in June, so I should... Probably should. But I should be more prepared than today. Today I just came here because I could, but I didn't have anything ready. So yeah, I should finally do some structures here, maybe like a little bridge somewhere in some parts of this river, maybe a lighthouse or something here, maybe some kind of obelisk, some kind of Stonehenge, some kind of magic structures outside of the towers, but that's pretty much it. Uh, yeah, I'm trying to be more regular, especially after disappearing for pretty much all of March and April. Now that I'm back, I'm trying to be a little bit more regular. But yeah, sometimes I don't know. I feel like some Saturdays are not a day people want to come here. Fridays are a bit hit or miss, but Saturdays can be weird. But yeah, I really do want to uh, be more consistent. So that is it for today. Thank you, Goose, for dropping by. Thank you, Defi, if you're still lurking, for coming earlier. Thank you, Lucky. Thank you, everyone that might be lurking, or anyone that might be watching the VOD on YouTube. I've been uploading the art part of a VODs to YouTube. So thank you, everyone, for watching, for following, for everything. See you next time. It should be tomorrow. If not, could be Monday, but yeah, I'm gonna try to make it tomorrow. Thank you again. Thank you, Goose. See you next time, and see you tomorrow too, if you stream.